Get wrecked. What the hell? This isn't a 30-minute Emma Lovewell ride. I thought we were like, colleagues. I thought we were pulling in the same direction at least. SAP has trainers in the background now. Yeah, I don't really know what's up with it. It came out like just before I left for vacation. I tried to buy it, and it was like, you can't buy it on PC yet. You can only buy it on Android. And I was like, or on iOS. And I was like, I'll do that when I come back. And then I just haven't. But I still plan to. I mean, it's a small price to pay to support the game that I know and love, you know? What happened to the game I love? So true. To be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. I forget who said that. It's another NBA quote. Oh, don't mind if I do. That was Victor Wembanyama. Man, it's crazy. It's hard to imagine that he doesn't know what he's doing out there when he's so tall. Did you see that there's a Canadian high schooler who just committed to the University of Florida? And Wemby is 7'5". This kid is 7'7". Wemby better enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I'm saying. Also, he posted a sizzle reel of like his best high school basketball highlights. And because he's so tall, it's actually like the worst highlight reel I've ever seen in my life. He seems incredible at basketball, but watching him play was actually like, what are we doing here? Like, he's literally just like standing at the basket and he gets a pass and he just goes like, and then it's in the net. Like, it's crazy. And then like a little like average size like high schooler tries to like dunk on him and he just goes like smashes the ball out of the air. Like, I couldn't believe that he was Canadian either. I was like, man, what are they putting in the damn yo plate up here in Scarborough? Oats. I'll +2 that. Oh, I'm going to say don't mind if I do. Here's how we're going to do this. Wish it hadn't buffed you, but that's life in the sixes. Anyone will tell you. "89 years? Hard to believe. You know what's crazy is that when you made your Twitch username, Forever Ska was old, and yet it's even older now. You ever think about that? It's the worst sizzle reel I've ever seen. Well, I feel bad because it's like, I don't know, like watching highlights of a very, very tall guy playing basketball is just not that interesting. He's really good, I imagine. But like, I would much rather watch some, like if a 3'7" motherfucker ended up in the NBA, I bet his sizzle reel would be crazy. He'd be like running through people's legs, like that clip of Germa green screened into like the dog agility competition, just zooming between people's legs. Oh man, it would be so good. It's a classic video. It's a classic video. It is. It is. Well, looks very familiar here. Oh. But like in high school, it's funny because like some of the other players are actually like really tall. But I love when there's like, sometimes on the news, there'll be like, hey, in Coquitlam, there's a superstar basketball brewing. And call him the LeBron James of Pitt Meadows or something like that. And it'll be like a kid who's 6'8", in the 6th grade, and they show his basketball highlights, and it's literally like those videos where like a zookeeper is feeding a bunch of otters. Like the dude is just standing there with the basketball over his head, and then a bunch of like a swarm of kids that are his age but half his height are all like, and then he's just is like hunk, hunk. The score is always like 90-7. Like, what are you supposed to do? These kids are only hitting like 65% of their layups, and they're going up against someone in like the top 0.1% of their height. Not their height, like adult height. It's like Angelo Esposito, man. They never had to learn how to back check because they scored every time they got the puck. Oh! Next round. Sure. Basketball needs height divisions? Nah, man. Here's what I think it's like a video game meta, to be honest. I think if the NBA, it's going to have to take a while, to be honest, because this stuff moves slowly. But if the NBA starts having players that keep getting taller, at some point, there might be an exploitable competitive advantage for really, really little guys. Like if you're 6 feet tall, it's really hard to make the NBA against guys who are like 6'8", 7 feet tall. But if everybody in the NBA is 7'5", and you're like 5'4", now there might be a little opening, man. It's like you ever see the graphs of like the wolf population versus the rabbit population, and they're like, you know, wolves start dominating the rabbits die off, and then the wolves die off because they got no food. Then the rabbits have less competition, so they come back, and then the wolves are feasting, and they come. There's like a little short guy, tall guy dynamic, I think, in the NBA. Now it's like 95% tall guys, but like I think there's some room for short guys, man. What are short guys good for? I don't know. Ask Randy Newman. Running between the legs of the really tall guys. Assists, steals, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I played NBA Jam. Boring ass weekly. Sorry to sell the bat here, but 2 moose is like, Lord, show me how to say no to this. Holy, we're so back. Hamilton references still going strong. That one rap song that Christine said really pumped her up yesterday during that Power Zone ride, I was like, I finally got all the Lin-Manuel Miranda hate. I was like, it was a Hamilton rap, but it wasn't about Hamilton. It was about like how hard the guy's real life was. And I was like, oh, fuck, I get it now. I don't know if I can go back. I've been looting and scooting and shooting and rooting and tooting and zooting and booting and fooding and... It's like, oh, no, man. Here we go. Take some of this. Freeze me. Freeze a tier 1, bro. What are we doing here? This isn't amateur hour anymore. Yep. I don't know. I think you meant to post that link and we were supposed to find it funny, but it wasn't a link. I said what I said. You're not the person who said, hang on, what was this? Lonely, busty goth girl looking for a lanky nerd that spends 12 hours a day on their $2,350 custom-built PC. That reminds me of... Okay, I understand it now. It reminds me of... Sorry, I'm obsessed with Chibli apparently. But like last week, I was in Chibli's chat and just out of nowhere, someone posted a link to pornography and they were like a known chatter. And then they left no other messages the whole stream. Like they must have had it in the clipboard and been so embarrassed. But then like the link, because I'm a mod in his chat, I could go back and see the message after it got deleted. But the link was like so decroded. It was like xtits.com slash like busty dash redhead dash rides. Like it was so, it was such like it's not the like the first link you see. That's like he's been in the cave for a while and was like, I gotta save this one. What happened to shame? So true. And then I think they just probably they popped it in the chat and then we're like, oh. And then like just close the tab, delete Twitch account, like I'm gone for it. There's no recovering from that. You could just laugh about it. I think I would be laughing about it. I'd be horrified for like, but why are you putting it in the clipboard? Like that's when you've reached that's the more embarrassing thing about it, in my opinion, is that you put it in the clipboard because either you're going to share it with somebody else, which is just weird to me, or you were like, oh, I'm leaving the office, but I want to make sure that I can like have this at home or something, which is also crazy to me. Like it's not embarrassing, except that you took it like one level too far. Like why are you saving the link for later? I don't know. It's just strange. I don't think Husky works here. I think we're... Holy brother, sure. You know why? I'm coming up with what I consider to be plausible hypotheses, but I don't know why. I really hope that they were giving it to themselves for later, and there isn't like I know that these probably exist, but I'm choosing to believe in the goodness of mankind, that there wasn't like... He's like, oh, I got to show this to the boys in Discord later. This video made me come really hard. They got to know. That's unhinged. It wasn't me that did it. I'm just dealing with the consequences. I didn't do anything. I mean, if you've got a group chat for that, I have to imagine they've probably seen a busty redhead riding until internal cum explosion. That's kind of old hat, you know? Like, there's nothing they haven't seen before, right? You gotta get a little bit more into the indie stuff, I guess, to show them something they ain't never seen before. That's still in a 4/4 time signature. That was even grosser than just saying cream pie. I didn't make the video. Do we have to go down this road again? I'm suffering the consequences of it just like you are. I just don't know why it was in the clipboard in the first place. Like, that's still the crazy part to me. We're going to need some attack at some point. Hey, Ghost Pepper, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. He was moving it to his notepad. His moleskin. I wouldn't know. I had mine removed against my will. Holy cow, 9 wins. You don't need attack to win. Probably. That's a horrible sound. Please stop. Why'd you make the noise? I like making weird noises sometimes, but I can't like purr, like mouth can purr. So all I got is like... That's all I got. Has to be done, brother. Has to be done. You're not even going to scale attack anymore. I don't know if that was the play. Do the $3 voice. What $3 voice? Oh, you mean you owe me $3. Yeah, I can make that voice. Some tier ones? Some tier ones? It's crazy how funny it is. She's on to like a new joke. Her new joke, thank you, librarian. Thank you, I appreciate it. Well deserved for the state of comedy that we're outputting here, I would say. No! She's on to a new joke. Her new joke, she's over the $3 stuff. Her new joke is calling Ruka hookah and then laughing like a maniac every time she does it. So like Ruka will come into her room in the morning and then I'll say, good morning, Ruka. And she'll say, no, good morning, hookah. And then look at me and I'm like, I see what you did there. We're cooked, by the way. We are cooked. I didn't think we were cooked. We are cooked. Ruka's so owned. He deserves it. Dude's been scratching everything. Scratching our rugs, scratching our placemats. That's bad. Well, 9 wins. Still pretty good. I can live with that. No, not scratching my balls. This sounds like that would hurt like a son of a gun. How about like a super auto programmer? Call me Chat GPT 5. Bro had so many opportunities to lolly and boost the stats, but he absolutely shit the bed at the finish line. Don't care, didn't ask. Plus, you invest your lunch money into psychotic 17-way parlays on FanDuel.com. Type A viewer. Look at that. +2, +2, +2. Who asked? Owned. Facts. Deleted. +2, +2. Non-target killed. It's crazy you don't even have to like say something true to get people to agree with you. No wonder politicians are so fucking... We'll get the rest of the joke in post or something. No wonder politicians are so fucking... No wonder politicians are so fucking cool. Not cool. Cool's not the word I'm looking for. So fucking... That is so true. Okay. Big pill bug. This is the way. And yet not leveling it. We need the HP. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the pill bug. I'm sorry. It's the way to go. Bro's gonna be in the parliament after his streaming career. I like really hope not. That doesn't seem like the right place for my talents. I'm not interested in that. Take them to South Beach. I understand. LeBron James. LeBron James reference. The filibuster is crazy. I never really had an opinion on it until I started thinking about it. They really said, though, like, you can't pass a law unless you can get, like, the most annoying person in Congress to shut the fuck up. Like, it sounds like a loophole that you would see in, like, a 2 out of 10 movie. Like, it's a trick question. Like, according to the rule book, there's nothing that says a dog can't play basketball. It's like, you can't pass the law until I stop talking. You can't, and I'm never going to stop talking. You can't pass the law until I stop talking. Like, that seems insane. I think I would be very good at it. That's how you know I'm being honest. It's like, it's probably, I should be saying, wow, that's based. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 2 out of 10 movie. I'm not embarrassed to admit that one year for Christmas, my mom was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I fancied myself something of a cinephile. So I said, here's a movie I'd like. If you could buy me the DVD. I put fucking Mr. Smith Goes to Washington on my Christmas list. She bought me Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I said, thank you for getting me exactly what I asked for. My ass did not watch that shit ever. Just complete waste. What was I thinking? I've done exactly the same thing. Sometimes I would ask for CDs. I would always listen to the CDs. The movie, I don't know what I was thinking. It's a good movie? I know. That's what people told me. That's why I put it on the list. You ever tell your mom that? I think she'd probably forgive me at this point. I don't know what you're even doing on the team, man. I've done that with model airplanes. I imagine it probably happens with stuff like that all the time, like Lego sets or something. Hey, give me I want a 5,000 piece Lego set for Christmas. Then you get it and you're like, Pog, I got it. And then you're like, oh, now I gotta build it. I already know what the damn Death Star looks like. Really gonna make me take 2 days, take up my whole weekend just to build a scale model of the Shire? Peter Jackson already did that shit for me, man. Another strawberry build. I can't believe it. Can't believe this is my life. You're not even good. What are you even here for? You're a 1-2 that's gonna go. Wah, wah. No thanks. I'm not saying it's not fun to build Lego. I'm saying, like, there's probably a lot of motherfuckers out there asking for Lego and then not building it in a timely fashion. Someone said books are the #1 offender. I think you got me there. There's no doubt books have got to be #1. I don't think that's even up for debate. Books are great. Yeah, of course. But then if you get like 6 books for Christmas, you better hope there's a damn blizzard or something like that. Otherwise, that's a lot of free time eaten up. The bat is so good, but I don't care. Interesting. Interesting laddie here. Ooh. Your flight gives you plenty of time to read? I would say that's how you know if you really love reading. I loved reading as a kid, and books are incredible. That being said, my ass is not reading a book on an 8-hour flight when I could watch 3 movies instead. Movies clear. It's just easier to get the entertainment value. I'm sorry. When I see someone get on a plane and they put the map on their seatback entertainment and then they pull out like a thick paperback, I'm like, this motherfucker loves to read. I respect it. Not what I would do. I'm going to watch 3 5 out of 10 movies instead of, you know, reading Where the Crawdads Sing or whatever, but I respect it. Nah, man, wouldn't be caught dead doing that, let me tell you. You're gonna need one of these at some point. Keep it going. How's it going? Are you flowing? I don't really care for that, to be honest with you. Greatest bat in history. I'm cooked. I pull up the map and then stare at it aimlessly for the entire flight, and I don't know why. You are an insane person. And there's 20% of you, every flight, 20% of you have that methodology, which is crazy. Of all of the things that you could do on it, it actually annoys me because it's like, imagine if somebody in front of you, if you wanted time to go by fast and they had like a big clock on their screen right in front of you. You're like looking at the clock. You're like, it's probably been 10 minutes. You look at, you're like, we're still over fucking Akron, Ohio. How big is Akron? We haven't even made it to Indiana yet. Just put on a movie, man. Like, that's insanity. You're scaring the hose. This is desperation hours. I got nothing. I'm rolling. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm using a lollipop because I got blasted for not using one last time. It probably made no strategic sense this time. Not my ass on my first flight to Korea, Chicago to Korea. Shout out DL Guiga. You probably, I don't know what you were doing at that point. You might have been like, honestly, 15 years old. I was flying Chicago to Seoul, to Incheon, South Korea, watching the map, getting ready to let the flight attendant know we're getting a little too close to North Korean airspace. Hey, 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 hey! I'm sure the pilot knows what they're doing, okay? But just in case, I'm kind of monitoring the situation back here, all right? I don't know if you guys have ever made this trip before. I'm sure they probably know the route. I just need a chocolate, please. That's not what I'm looking for, man. Give me a chocolate. Come on, it's just, oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, no. 600 hours in Microsoft Flight Sim, letting the flight attendant know I'm sitting in 13C. So true. Hey, just so you guys know, let the pilot of the Airbus A380 know. In case this thing goes down, I've got 12 hours in the simulator landing a Cessna in Nepal. Just in case, okay? I guess I just want you giving the buff to you, which doesn't even make any sense, but here we are. Thoughts on people doing stretches in the aisle during flights? It's annoying, but I get it. Like, you don't want to have, like, a embolism because of deep vein thrombosis. I do find it kind of irritating. But, you know, you got to keep yourself alive. There's lots of stuff that I find irritating that is worth doing in order to, you know, it inconveniences others, but at least it keeps your metabolic processes going. I can't be mad at that one. Take a steak, brother. I can't believe we're still alive. We're on 8 wins? I thought this run was a complete disaster. It turns out it's only, like, mildly disappointing. You should stretch in the bathroom. I'm sure this is going to be a popular take. Genuinely. You got me. But, like, the airplane bathrooms are too small. Like, I'm not a huge guy. And the bathroom, like, I'm bumping myself into all 4 walls, like, every time I do anything. Like, it wouldn't kill them, right, to make the airplane bathroom, like, 20% larger. Can't they just take out the part of the plane where they store the decaf coffee and just add it into like the bathroom space instead? Yeah, do it. Let me. What is time? Okay, we got plenty of time. Let me be an exported joker. I don't worry too much about leg room. Like I always, if you're tall, it's a different story. Like when Apollo complains about leg room, I get it. Or if you're a big person, I get it. But like when people that are my size are like, oh, my knees hurt from flying. I'm like, honestly, you need to shut up. It's not that bad. Back here in coach, you're not like maybe on Frontier, maybe on Spirit Airlines. When you're flying on like a major carrier for 3.5 hours, your knees are gonna be fine. You're just sitting in a chair. You know what gets me though is when you're you're sitting like not reclined. Sorry, I'm a non-recliner. I'm not tall enough to recline and maintain the moral high ground. When you're sitting there in your chair watching X-Men Apocalypse on your 2-inch screen, and then out of nowhere you're like, "Pooh!" and you're like, "What the hell happened?" And it's the person behind you needed to get up to go to the bathroom. They can't just like use their armrests or just stand up. They had to grab the back of your seat like a fucking monster and then go and wrench on it to give themselves the leverage to stand up. It made you feel like you were in the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland. Just stand up, bro. Like other people are out here. People are deranged. I almost had a fight with a person over that. I'm sure we all saw the video, not of you, but the video of the person that was having a fight on the airplane. And it was like the lady was shouting like, "You were kicking my seat the whole time." You were, I seen it. I'm allowed to recline. I have the right to recline. You know that one? Why am I buffing your health? My head's not in the game here. Someone said, who convinced his ass to run a strawberry build every single time? And it's kind of living rent-free in my head right now. I really do be buying the strawberry every time, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Any row behind 20, it's a jawless lawland, a lawless jungle. There we go. That's what DL Guiga said. Not a jawless lungle. The thing that gets me, I mean, it's everyone's just trying to get to their destination. I think we could all relax a little bit on flights. It's just that you're locked in the damn can, you know, and you're like, where did manners go? Where did manners go? Whatever happened to manners? But one thing that I think is unforgivable and you should get put on the no-fly list for 1 year is if you rush to board the plane early, but you don't know your seat number, and then you walk too far, and then you have to push upstream against the people that are now trying to get to the seats that they know. It happens all the time. Maybe it's just because Canada has a lot of people that identify as elderly, but like it happens all the time. Even just going 3 extra rows is too late. If your seat's 16 and you got to 19, you got 5 people behind you. You got to push back against. You got to push people that have boarded the plane out onto the damn jetway. You lost your chance. You should have to take a bus to your destination. I don't care how far it is, how many bodies of water separate it. You got to learn your lesson. Look at your boarding pass. They're literally numbers. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying people can't make mistakes. I'm just saying it's not like novel technology you've never seen before. And numbers, true, and numbers. got me on that one. Every NL stream is talking about airplanes or Peloton. It's true, and yet you're still here. Every time you go to McDonald's, they got hamburgers and chicken nuggets. You still downloaded the app, motherfucker. What does that say about us? Oh, like you're doing right now? It's true. It is a crapshoot whether or not the McFlurry machine's going to work. We don't need to get into that. I don't know all about the McFlurry discourse. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. It's all a conspiracy. I did see a tweet that was like, how I look when I see the McDonald's employee who told me the McFlurry machine is broken enjoying a Oreo McFlurry on their lunch break. And it was like, I don't know, it was some GIF keyboard reaction where they were given a side eye. But then there were like 11,000 replies. And some of the replies are like, oh, excuse me for being like burned out and overworked and I don't want to have to make you your ice cream, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I think they were just telling a joke, man. I think it's okay. Let's all just relax here a little bit. It's not even good ice cream. It's a McFlurry. Everybody could just chill. I have a thought, though. Hey, let's do the same thing we've been doing forever, huh? I have a thought. They should sell an even smaller serving size of desserts at fast food restaurants. Because sometimes, once every year, once every 2 years, I will go to... This is my last strawberry build, okay? I will go to a McDonald's and be like, oh, I'm really craving a McFlurry. I get a normal size McFlurry. By the time I get 6 spoonfuls in, I'm at maximum utility from this McFlurry. I've satiated my cravings. My blood sugar is normalized. I'm just eating the extra 80% of it just for sport, basically. They need to sell like a digestive size dessert. It's $1.45. I'm willing to pay more per capita for it because you're getting less. And it's just like a little taste of it. I would even take one where like when I ate the last bite, I was like, I could have gone for 2 more bites. I think that's how you know you have the perfect size dessert. Because I'll just be honest with you, Kate got soft serve at Costco, okay? In a cone. She ate, 4 minutes worth of ice cream. We let our daughter have some ice cream. Then my wife handed me the cone and I didn't even want ice cream. And she was like, you can have the rest. I was eating the ice cream for like 5-6 minutes. There was still 60% of the ice cream left. I said, let's throw this shit in the trash. It's just too much ice cream, man. I don't mind eating it like when I want to eat it, but I'm not going to eat it just out of like a sense of duty right at this point. Like this is just, it's crazy. It's just too big. How big was the ice cream? The sense of scale is going to be fucked up because like this thing's like 2 feet tall in the background. So it looks like my head is like 6 feet tall all by itself. But it was like a big ice cream cone. This was not like a 1936 Chicago World's Fair. We invented the ice cream cone. It was like I can't get my hand to make the shape. It was like, and then the soft serve went like it was huge. That's why I measured it in minutes. Like I don't have a concept of its weight. It was heavy though. Yeah, it was like a traffic cone, like a European traffic cone, not a North American traffic cone. Those things are huge. It was like a European traffic cone. I can't believe I didn't lose that. It's just too big. I'm not saying they should remove the big size. If you like the big size, God bless. I'm simply saying they should also add, for desserts, they should add a size that's smaller than small. Not at a normal restaurant. At like a respectable restaurant, desserts are usually like an appropriate size. But at like a fast food restaurant, it's too big. This is just North America. We could take a little bit of stuff from Europe. We've taken some of the best stuff from Europe. Bicycles, croissants. Sure, there's other stuff, homegrown Simpson stuff. Pizza, no. Pizza is American. I don't want to say it any more than you want to hear it. I don't care if Julius Caesar was putting dough in a geothermal vent or something like that, and then putting some kind of like prehistoric cured meat and garum on top of it. My personnel opinion is that pizza as we know it worldwide is an American phenomenon. No, I'm ass. Okay, no more strawberries. Be a talkative whippersnapper. It is crazy to think that tomatoes are a new world food. If you get offended by this, I apologize. But it's hard to imagine Italy without their stereotypical love of the tomato. It's like Canada without maple syrup, America without. I don't even want to answer. There's so many things that could go there. Oh, I mean, there's got to be one complimentary one, right? Like America without the tech industry, America without the dyed-in-the-wool can-do attitude. I don't know, man. They got a lot of good stuff. It's just it doesn't tend to be associated on a national level necessarily. Without Hollywood, without their prodigious global cultural exports. Yes, okay. Sure, there you go. Saved. It's just crazy to think that they were out there in Italy. Was it like in the pre-tomato days? Was it like when Thanos gets the Infinity Glove and he says, "It's like I was made for this"? Amerigo Vespucci discovering the tomato and finally realizing his destiny. That was the Hulk. Whatever. I can't keep the bit straight. Marvel pilled. People are feasting on the Marvel demise, man. It's true. I can't really say anything in its defense. I'm just saying. People are taking their victory lap. That's for damn sure. You gonna go see the Marvels? No shot, bro. 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. Takes a lot of heavy moving just to make the space to go to the movies for us these days. I'm not getting my ass fucking paying for parking, getting a babysitter, buying concessions, not to mention the movie tickets to go watch a 2-hour and 49-minute long 55% Rotten Tomatoes fuckfest, okay? It's not going to happen. It's 61% now. It's a very important 10%, but my point stands. Europeans were making bacon and lettuce sandwiches going, what are we doing here? I'm going to +2 you for that one. That's very funny. It's a funny statement. I call it the BT sandwich. I can't help but feel that it's just missing something. It's just, can't really put my finger on what it is. I guess it would be a BL sandwich. It's true, not a BT. I can't help but feel, I just can't put my finger on it, but something like a little moisture element that had a little tang associated with it. If they could make like a vegetable that sort of had the flavor of a strawberry. You guys aren't ready for that one. I stand by my position that tomatoes are similar to strawberries in flavor. BLT, but the T is turnip. Oh man, I can't even imagine. Glaswegians were feasting. That's probably not how that's pronounced, right? Glaswegians? Glaswegians? Scots. No, you got it right. Is it with a V or a W? It's with a W. Yeah, but is it one of the W's that's pronounced like a V, or is it with one of the W's that's pronounced like a W? They speak English. What do you think? They be pronouncing stuff a little different over there. I'm not trying to say it's not English, but they do be saying words I've never heard of that are apparently in the dictionary. I'm not trying to cause a problem or anything. I'm just saying, let's not lie to each other. Roll me. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know about that one, but we're going to keep it okay. What's your favorite Lemmy show bit? Real ones, no. When he flubs the joke at the pub and then has a crisis of confidence and then gets the opportunity to make the same joke after examining himself and he nails it. It is back on top. That's true. You gonna watch The Curse? I fully intended to watch The Curse, by the way. But then I saw that shit is on Paramount Plus. So they can basically S and F me as far as I'm concerned. I'm not getting it. You could put out the greatest show of all time. You could give me a Paramount Plus show, and I'm not going to get Paramount Plus to watch it. It's just too much at this point. I've hit my limit. Everyone can decide where their own limits are. If you want to micromanage, and this month I'm going to cancel Netflix, but I'm going to re-up on Paramount Plus so I can watch The Curse, and then next month House of the Dragon comes back, so I'm going to take Netflix and Paramount Plus down so I can pay for the max subscription. I'm not going to do it. I'm full. There's only Coles from this point onwards. You can consolidate and get gobbled up when we get back into the zero interest rate phenomenon, or you can accept that I'm not going to watch your show unless it's on one that I already got. Survive. If we make it one more round, we're chilling. And that I'm still logged into. Yeah, that would also be helpful. But if your show is like really, really good, then I'll make an exception. Huge. Okay, now
Use your brain.
2, 2, 3. Sell me. Sell me. You're going to purchase me. You're going to be sold at some point. I think we want Big Scaler, not Big Skyler. I don't want all the 17-year-old Breaking Bad fans to hit the skip episode button. No! Straight up, I'm like, your ass is gone. I'm going crazy. I'm going Komodo dragon. Please keep my flea close to the front. Have you seen Fall of the House of Usher? If I were going to watch a show right now, it would be The Fall of the House of Usher. I'm cooked. I'm going back to strawberry builds. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Keep it going. Because I like the stuff that Mike Flanagan makes.